People are in your corner that you haven't met yet. Dreams, visions that you haven't unlocked yet. Hey, resources, relationships, revenue, it's just around the corner. Let's go, let's go. If you in the gym, win anyway. If you in your car, win anyway. If you at home, win anyway. Let's go. God is graduating my faith to God is graduating my faith to God is graduating my faith to trust. Trust you, Lord. Trust you, trust you, Lord. Trust you, Lord. Trust you, Lord. Trust you, Lord. I 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 have no other choice. I have no other choice. I have no other choice but to trust you, God. I have no other choice. I have no other choice. I have no other choice but to trust you, God. You fought too hard. I have no other choice. I have no other choice. You made it this hard. I have no other choice but to trust you, God. You can't give up now. I have no other choice. You can't give up now. I have no other choice but to trust you, God. Come on, come on.
Hey,
listen.
Can y'all see me?
You can make it.
Can y'all
you can
hear?
do this. You are on
Can y'all hear me?
the right side.
I hope y'all can hear me.
I trust you, Lord. I trust you, Lord. I trust you, Lord.
I have no other choice. I have no other choice. I have no other choice but to trust you, God.
Hey, y'all. That is my Win Anyway single. It will be out in a few weeks, and I am winning anyway. If you're on, can you say something in the chat that tells me that you can hear me? Because I don't want to be talking and pouring my heart out and y'all can't hear me. So I'm gonna look at the comments. Hey, Lisa. Okay, Lisa can hear. All right, I got my new Win Anyway shirts. Yes, 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 yes. I've got my new Win Anyway shirts, and I'm going to win anyway. I am going to win anyway. Is that your declaration? I'm going to win anyway. I don't know what I'm doing technologically, but I'm going to win. I don't know what I'm doing with StreamYard, but I'm going to win. And now I just got off the phone with Candice, and she said that there's lightning and thunder at her house and her lights are flickering. And so we're going to have to postpone our interview, but I'm going to win anyway. And there were two options that I had in the 5 minutes that I was preparing to post. It's going to be postponed, or I was just going to come on. And I said, if I postpone, then I'm going to get on my couch and lay in my bed or lay on my covers and cry, because this week has been a tiring week. This week has been a valley week. This has been the tour life, right? And you have to know that the tour life comes with unexpected situations. And so I was like, yeah, I could just lay down and just go to sleep early, because I have stuff to do tomorrow. I have a 90-day challenge to do in the morning. And tomorrow is a day off for me because I don't have anything to do. Um, but there was a second option. Win anyway. I could come on and tell you that despite the disappointment, despite um, the things that I can't control, I'm here. And so if I'm here and you're here, and there is something that needs to be said, there is something that needs to be shared, there is something that needs to be exchanged. And I don't know if I am doing this for one person, but it would be worth it if I did it for the one, because all you need is one. And I'm doing it for me because I need to see myself winning anyway. Um, so how are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? I am excited about life. I am excited about purpose. I'm excited about the journey. I'm excited about LA in a couple days. I'm excited about whatever God has for me in this season. Um, but I want to spend my life encouraging you to see God in valleys as much as you see him in the mountain, to see God in COVID as much as you see him in the rainbows, to see God in the thunderstorms as much as you see him in um, the days that the weather is so beautiful, to see God in your relationships when they are failing, and to see God in your relationships when they're magical. Because winning anyway is your destiny. It has become my mantra, and I'm going to be that if I am not anything else. And so I wanted to touch on two things tonight. Um, I want to touch on the affirmations that I wrote in my book, um, because this is a new thing for me. I am declaring that these affirmations are going to go worldwide, and they will populate houses, they will populate refrigerators, they will populate um, wallets, because you need to talk to yourself better. You need to talk to yourself better. And I know that I have struggled with that in my life. But your words create worlds. And if you don't talk to yourself better, then no one else will. You have to love yourself before you love others. And I am on the journey of loving myself better, of showing up for myself every single day. And I don't know what you need to do to ensure that you are your best self, but for me, it starts with prayer. It starts with worship. It starts with a handful of friends, family that I can lean on. It starts real small and then it blossoms. And so I want to go over every single affirmation in this book because I have the time to do it. I'm interviewing myself tonight. And I know that Candice is going to come, and we were talking about Friday or Saturday, and I'm excited because like whenever we do this interview, it's going to be amazing because she is amazing. Um, and so just postpone your joy and just rock with me tonight. If you can share this, I would love that you can share it. If it's on YouTube, can y'all say if it's on YouTube? Because I see y'all are on Facebook, but if it's on YouTube, can somebody say it with me or share it with me? Because I did this myself tonight. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself. All right. So I need y'all to go to YouTube and say if it's on there too, because I see it on Facebook, but I don't know if it's on YouTube. Okay. Well, I don't know. Y'all proud of me? Okay. And so before I get to the affirmations though, I want to give an update about my tour. It just began. I mean, last week, and there has been a roller coaster of emotions. And I want to be a mirror. That's what I am called to be in your life. I am a mirror. For some of you, I am a coach. For some of you, I'm your pastor. For some of you, I'm your brother. But in this moment, I need to be a mirror. Because when the famous people get famous, they get untouchable. And when the stellar people get spectacular, it just seems so easy for them. Everything seems easy. Like the way they walk on stage, they are gliding in the audience. The way they do the books, there are people packed out at every stop. It just seems so easy. And I want to be the mirror to tell you that that is a lie. I can't say it any plainer than that. That is a lie. It might be easy for them, but some of us, it is not that easy. But God will be with you every single step of the way. I would like to be an elevator guy. I would like to be an elevator guy. I just love the elevation and the flowing grace of elevator people. But I'm a stairs guy. God often takes me through the stairs with no air conditioning. Do I have any elevator people in the room? Cool. You can say it. You can say it. But do I have any stairs people in the room? If you're watching this and it's a stream back or whatever, you can say it because this is going to go around the world, right? So if you are a stairs person, I need you to put some signs in the chat so that I know what I'm talking to, because in my life, all my degrees, all my success, all my books, all of everything has been stairs, And what I used to do, I used to just graduate from one level to the next level to the next level without stopping and saying, yeah, I did good. That was a hard stair, but I did good. And now I'm learning to congratulate myself on the way. I'm learning to congratulate myself on the way. And I need you to do that too. I need you to congratulate yourself on the way. You know, we are too hard on ourselves. We are too hard on ourselves. God is not hard on us like we are, and people are not hard on us like we are. But you are hard on yourself. And I get it. You have great expectations. You want the best in life, but you're human. And I want you to know, in the middle of this rocky season, in the middle of a season where I can't control a lightning bolt, I can't control when someone gets COVID, I can't control when someone streams on this StreamYard or Facebook. I can't control that. But what I can control is my spirit when I come online. I can control when I leave you guys and what I say to myself when I'm in this house by myself. I can't control what I say to my daughter and what I say to those that I have influence over. And so when you can't control what you can't control what you can. When you can't control what you can't control what you can, what you can. And so for some of us, you're waiting on a job and you can't control when that job is going to happen. But that room that needs tidying or that needs organization, you can control that. So while you're waiting on the phone call, go and handle that room, right? If you're waiting on a relationship, platonic or romantic, and you're waiting by the phone because you want them to call you, I'm sure that someone in your family would love to spend an hour of your time on the phone. Call them. When I'm really, really, really lonely, I call my daughter and my mother because they always want to talk to me. I mean, always. And I'm telling you, you got somebody that loves you enough that you don't bother them. Control what you can control while you're waiting on God to control what you can't control. Because it's all about the energy. I could take this same energy and allow depression to hit my heart. Or I can infuse that energy and come on and say, yeah, I'm going to be a mirror. I'm going to look at what I'm going through and coach you. Because if you are on this line, there is a future so bright and there is a destiny so bright. And you might be an author, but you've got something in the world to do, and you have to believe it first. You have to believe it first. If I didn't read my own book, that would make me a hypocrite. This book is saying win anyway. So now I've got to win anyway. And so we're going to talk about the affirmations, but I want to start back from the first book signing of the tour. It was in Newark, New Jersey. And then I want to go to Raleigh, North Carolina. And then I want to go to New Orleans. And then I want to go to tonight. So I texted every single person in my phone that lived in New Jersey. I have never texted every single person in my phone for anything that I have done. And I've done plays, I've done concerts, I've done single releases, I've done major things, minor things, but this was so important to me that I said, I want to text every single person in my phone. You know, your miracle is not magic. This season, it's going to take some work. You cannot leave it up to God to do everything. And with the strength you have left, with the strength you have left, I just thought about, I was texting people this year to come to my book signing. Last year, I couldn't text. And if you got something from me, it was a heart because I could not text in my phone. If you got anything else, it was somebody texting for me. Woo! And let me tell you, God will restore in a year what you lost in 9. Just give him some time. What is for you will wait for you to heal. And if he doesn't restore it, you don't need it. You don't need it to win. If he doesn't restore it, you don't need it. You don't need them. You don't need it. If he does not restore it, you don't need it to win because he's an exchanger. And so, woo! So I was texting everybody in my phone because, the first one you wanted to be big. And I didn't want to embarrass myself. And I don't have money to market it like my rich friends. So I was like, hey, this is where I am. This is what we're going to do. And when I get to the big leagues, then I'll have the money to do otherwise. But God won't touch me sleeping on the job. I'm going to win on my level. And so I texted everybody in my phone that was in New Jersey. And then I just focused. I wanted to be a vessel that God could speak to. And so I cleared my schedule that day and I only went to get a haircut. Now, if somebody knows me, they know that I pack out my schedule. I mean, packed out because I'm an initiator, I'm a purpose mover. I like to see progress. And so if I'm chilling, it's because I planned it. It's because it's on my sabbatical or it's my Sabbath, because every other day I'm going to be like on it. But Saturday, I just wanted to be a vessel. And I knew that it's hard to be kind in a rush, right? So if people were going to come to my book signing, I wanted them to experience the side of me that was calm, the side of me that was tender, the side of me that was really intentional. And so I cleared my schedule And I ordered Instacart, and I told my mother she had to go to Subway because I didn't have enough money to get Subway on my card. And so my mother came through for me, and she came, and everything that I needed was there. Um, when I got there, I had to set up because um, in this season, um, the team is smaller. And so I had to set up the mics, I had to set up the chairs, I had to set up the books. And then I called Dar and my mother and some others, and they set up the fruit and the things that people ate. But I was intent on being a servant. I didn't want to be served. I didn't want to sit in my car and just wait until it was announced. And so I was fulfilled in my grandfather's church at my book signing, honoring him. And the book signing was great. Every single person that was there was meant to be there. It was smaller than I thought it was going to be, but it did not faze me because the interviewer, Fancy, was anointed, and everyone that was there, I could see in their face that they were supposed to be there. And I thought, yeah, this book is going to ricochet throughout the nation and cause people to win. I wrote my heart out of this book. I've written 10 books before it. This is my best book yet. And so it was gratifying to see people purchasing what you've labored so long to write, what you've edited at night when nobody is even paying attention, and you see it. And just let me just say this: you're going to see it. You are going to see it. You're not going to die before you see it. You're not going to hear about it from someone else. You are going to see it. You are going to see it. You are going to see the building. You are going to see the book. You are going to see the daughter. You are going to see the wife. You are going to see the husband. You are going to see the nonprofit. You are going to see it with your own eyes. You are going to see it because God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love. I know your debt is high. You're going to see zero balance before you die because God is a miracle worker. And if you partner with him, and if you make adjustments in this season, there is nothing stopping you but you. You are going to see it. When I opened that box and I saw Win Anyways cover, I thought about every night that I thought I couldn't type anymore. I thought about every night that I thought I'm going to have to cancel all of my authors. I thought about every night that I stayed up working on someone else's project. And now they ghosted me. Every night, working on someone else's manuscript. Every night. And this is the thing. Dr. Barry says that your legacy is not what you leave when you die. Your legacy is what you leave when you leave the room. And let me tell you, I don't want to scare you, but I want to sober you. Every season, you don't want to take them for granted, because that last stroke, I could have been living, but I couldn't write for the rest of my life. So you think you have time because you're young, or you think you have time because you got some money in the bank, but you don't know what's around the corner. And you can control what you do in your car, but you can't control what they do in theirs. You can control what you do in your house, but you can't control what they do in theirs. Your neighbor can set a fire in their house and it comes in your house. And so I'm so glad that he gave me another chance. I'm so glad. That he gave me another chance. Because he could have won with me going to heaven. I'm not more spectacular than my stepfather. I'm not more spectacular than my grandfather. But whatever I am to do in this earth was not done yet. I'm so glad for every nurse, for every doctor, for every coach, for every rehab person. They didn't know me, but they saved my life so that I could come on here and tell y'all, win anyway. You don't have to have a stroke to win. You don't have to have a degree to win. You can win anyway. And so back to my little story. This is crazy. So I went to my book signing, and the outpour of love was tangible. I saw people that traveled the distance to come to the first one. And some of those people were at my hospital room when I had my stroke. And you have to thank God for people who are not just in your valley moment, but they inconvenience themselves to be with you in your mountain season, because people pity you, right? And oh, I feel so bad for him. I'm gonna go when he's down. But when you have a friend that is there when you're up and there when you're down, that's a priceless friend. That's a priceless friend. And you know who you are. And so when I left book signing, I got home and I felt fulfilled. And then I had to get up and travel to Raleigh. And I was nervous um, because I didn't promote. I didn't have time. But I texted everyone that I knew in Raleigh and North Carolina because I lived there for about 5 years because I was there while I was at Duke. But that was mm, 15 years ago. And so, can you imagine how I felt when the book signing's over and I look and I see all of my books sold out? All of the shirts that I brought with me sold out. And they were pre-ordering for more books. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? It's not about the money. Can you imagine? And that engagement was the first time that I preached after my last stroke. I didn't say anything to anybody else, but that was the first time that I preached um, from my last stroke, and that was a year ago. And so God was with me every single step of the way, and God is going to be with you too. You are not out here by yourself. It might be lonely. You might be scared, but you are not out here by yourself. God is with you, and your coach is with you. I'm your coach. I am your coach because you are going to win anyway. I don't care what the doctor says. I don't care what your finances say. I don't care what you say. You are going to win. We are going to win. And so I was so honored. And then the church, Pastor James and Ursula, they are spectacular. They treated me like a king. They paid for my flight. They gave me an honorarium. And then I sold out my books. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. And see, that's why I wanted to do this, because when you have a day like this, you can get clouded because the enemy likes to focus on what you get discouraged by and not focus on what you are proud of yourself for. And I want you to hang the magnifying glass on the proud moments, the proud moments of your journey, the proud moments of your existence, the proud moments of your day, the proud moments of your year, because you have been doing some great work. I know they don't remark about it. I know you feel invisible at your job, but I know you've been doing some great work. And your legacy is following you every time you leave the room. Every time. Every time. Every time. Every time. So I came back that night, and oh my God, there was a delay at the airport. Now, if you have 5 flights from different cities in 1 week, a delay is a nightmare. Um, because you just want to get home. You just want to be at your next place. And so I was supposed to get home on Sunday at 8 o'clock. I got home at 12 o'clock. When I got home, when I landed in Newark Airport, my flight to Valdosta the next day was canceled. Like, it didn't cancel until I got home. And so, if you don't know this, my grandmother lives in Valdosta, Georgia. And I wanted to escort her because she's been in New Jersey this whole year as the daycare cook. And so she wanted to go home. And so this is her summer break, and me and my daughter were going to come or take her to Valdosta on Monday. I was going to stay down there for a couple days, and then I was going to go to Jamaica on Wednesday to be with my family and their wedding. Jackie and her family is my family, and I was going to go and support them. And then I was going to come back. Well, one flight got delayed, which meant that another flight got delayed, and I could not go to Valdosta until Wednesday. So Jamaica could not be. And I had wanted to come or go to Jamaica, but I couldn't be at two places at the same time. And this is while all of this is going on. And I know I have to be in New Orleans because I have a book tour and I have an interview on Sunday. And so I made an executive decision. What is important to me? Not them, not the crowd. What is important to me? And sometimes you have to sit with yourself and say, what's important to me? And when I sat with myself, I knew in my heart that what I wanted to do last week was escort my grandmother to her hometown. I knew that. I knew that. And that's what I did. And so when you are making hard decisions, don't make them for everybody else. Don't make them for the money. Don't make them for the prestige. I talked to Courtney last week about peace. That is what I live for. Win anyway, to me, starts with peace. And it was interesting that the last time I journeyed to Valdosta to see my grandparents, I was only there for a couple hours, and he transitioned when I was there. So I could not live with the thought of God saying to me, you have been entrusted to escort her. And I don't know if this is the last time that she's going to be on a plane. Because he was here one day and gone the next, and he was perfectly fine. And I don't want you to live in fear. I want you to live in purpose. That's why I said peace. Because to the outside world, Jamaica, I mean, I had the hotel booked. It was a wedding. It was crazy weather. But in my soul, because I wanted to do both, but in my soul, what I had peace with was I wanted to say that I brought my grandmother to her hometown. And so, hold on. Hello? Oh, okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure y'all can still see me because that's uh, a friend that is technologically savvy. So, um, but I want you to know that your discernment is still intact. Your life might be all over the place, but your discernment is still intact. Hey, and so I went there. All right. Woo! Um, and so New Orleans was my next stop. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me tell y'all. Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all can fill that in however y'all want to. So I arrived in New Orleans on Friday. And when I was on the plane, something just said, take a look at your Hilton points and see if you can get a hotel. Now, I was supposed to stay with Levon because that's my friend. She was interviewing me on Sunday. Something said, just see if you can get a hotel just for one night. Because I'm an introvert. And so I charge alone. And I'm like, okay, all right, cool. All right. And 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 Essence Fest was this week or last week. So it was a miracle that there was even a room left because everybody was there. I mean, everybody was there. Okay. Everybody. So I got my room and I texted Levon, to tell her that I was there. And she was hesitant with responding to me, and that's not really her. And so I texted her a few hours later, and then she texted me, I have COVID. I have COVID. And so I called her and she sounded a mess. I mean, she sounded not like herself. And the friend in me was like, I need to Instacart her something. I need to take care of my friend. I wasn't thinking about the book signing. I was thinking about my friend. Because um, life is hard until it's not, right? Life is, you know, whatever you're thinking about, you think about until it's not. And so in that moment, I became a friend first, not a business partner, not a tour guide. It didn't matter. My friend needed me. And so, but go back to my discernment, right? Your discernment is intact because that thought that I had on the plane to get a hotel, it could have saved me from being COVID positive too. Because I was supposed to stay with her. God looks out for us even when we are not attentive. He's always looking out for us. And so that changed up my plans. Went anyway. And so I called the bookstore that were having the book signing, and they weren't calling me back. And I was like, okay, Levon has COVID. They're not calling me back. People are not responding to this Eventbrite. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm in New Orleans. I've got these books. What am I going to do? So I decided to promote my book at the Essence Festival. And when I saw people, I told them I'm a new author and this is my new book. And I discussed it with every single person that I came in contact with. I was hoping that I would see Oprah. That wasn't my destiny. I was hoping that I would see Fantasia. Nope. I was hoping that I would see Michelle because that's my friend. Nope. I was hoping that someone would come and tell me to go to the VIP room. Nope. But what I did in that set of circumstances, I won anyway. I won on my level. And I'm so proud of myself because anybody who knows me, knows me. They know that I will catch a flight in a second. I will catch a flight and get back home and be on my couch. But I said, God, you brought me here. So I know that I am here for a reason. Don't let me abort that reason. And then I got back home and went to church. And this is the thing. When I got back home and when I went to church, do y'all know everybody and their mama started texting me from New Orleans? Oh, I am here and I'm popping up to surprise you. Everybody. I didn't have any of those text messages on Saturday when I was in that festival by myself. Nobody was saying that to me. Nobody. And so when I got back home, that's when Keisha, that's when I'm telling all of y'all business. That's when Phyllis, all of y'all that did not RSVP on my Eventbrite. Yes, y'all. And so they were so disappointed because they wanted to see me, but I had left. And so I need you to know the update that I'm still smiling, that my books are still being sold, that you telling your friends or your community or you ordering a book, it helps. It helps. It helps. Because each one reaches one. It helps. If you don't have the money, you can share this video. If you don't have internet, you can, I don't know, call me or email me. My mother is so encouraging to me. She picked me up from the airport And she was like, we have to get this book in everybody's hands. She, my flight was delayed. So she said, I'm just gonna read my book until you get here. Now, my mother's not a reader, but she read that book. And now she is on a mission. I got to get President Obama to read this book. I got to get Oprah to read this book. And she and my mother thinks I know everybody. So she like, you got the address? Let's just go. And I'm telling you, God is sustaining me. I think that I was supposed to come on tonight. I think that this was a part of the plan. I know that it wasn't what I wanted, but somebody needed to hear this testimony. Somebody needed to hear this mirror. Somebody needed to hear, because we're going to make it. And I think that my life, my ministry is transparency. When I'm not transparent, I'm not being true to who I am. And I think that someone will get free because I am transparent. I don't do it right all the time. I don't get it right all the time. But my heart is in the right place. And so I want to thank y'all. I'm going to upload my shirt on my website either tonight or tomorrow. And I would love for y'all to get it. It's really nice. My friend Kyle did these. And we're going to change the world one book at a time. So Candice, I love you. And we will postpone it until, you can do it. And Lavon, I love you. I just talked to her yesterday. She's doing much better, and we're gonna postpone it. And I'm going to LA in a couple of days because we have to keep going. 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 All right, I love y'all.